Dating after heartbreak is a minefield. You might feel completely ready one day and completely broken the next. And you're in this weird in-between space where it's easy to rush into something just to feel whole again, or to avoid something real because you're still carrying emotional bruises. Now in this video, I want to walk you through what you really need to know before you start dating again after a breakup. Not just the usual stuff like take your time or don't talk about your ex, but the deeper stuff. The stuff that actually helps you move on without losing yourself. Let's get into it. So the first thing you need to know is, just because you're lonely doesn't mean you're ready. Loneliness after a breakup is intense, and it's tempting to fill that space quickly with validation, attention, or someone new to distract you. But here's the problem. If you start dating just to escape loneliness, you're not entering that connection from a place of self-worth. You're entering it from a lack of. That creates a shaky foundation. You might overlook red flags. You might tolerate less than you deserve. And deep down, you're still reacting to that void that your ex left behind. So ask yourself honestly, am I dating because I'm excited to share my life with someone? Or because I'm afraid to be in it alone? That's the difference between healing and avoiding. If you haven't healed from your breakup, if you still feel that void that your ex left, don't try and fill it by meeting somebody new. Trust me, learn how to fill that void yourself, and then and only then think about dating, because you'll be a much stronger and grounded person, and it gives you a much better chance of any new relationship actually working. By the way, before we carry on, let me know in the comments, what's your biggest challenge when trying to move on and date again? What problems or emotions have you found, and how did you handle them? Let me know. The second thing is, the version of you that was in love might not be the version that's ready to date again. You see, heartbreak changes you. It strips you back. It exposes all the parts of you that relied on that relationship to feel okay. And sometimes after a breakup, people try to get back out there as if they're still the same person who fell in love the last time. But you're not. You've grown. You've been hurt and you've learned things. So don't just try to repeat the old pattern with a new face. Instead, ask, who am I now? What do I want now? What do I need in love that I didn't ask for before? This is your chance to date from a new level of awareness, not old habits. But you have to take the time to learn them first, to reflect. If you jump straight into dating someone new, you're not giving yourself a chance to grow from what you experienced. That last relationship, along with the traumatic ending, has changed you. You need to learn how to embrace that change first. Number 3, you have to make peace with your ex before you try and build something new. No, I don't mean forgive them or even be friends. I mean emotionally detached. If your ex still takes up mental space every day, if you're still secretly hoping that they'll come back, if you're comparing every new person to them, you're not dating from a clean slate. You're dating from residue, and residue leads to confusion, unfair expectations, and emotional unavailability. So be honest with yourself. Have I made peace with how things ended? Do I still need closure? Or have I created that for myself? You can't build something new while you're still emotionally tangled in the past. Now, it's important to recognise something here. Maybe you feel like you don't love your ex anymore. Actually, you hate them and you've got anger towards them. So that means you're over them, right? And you're ready to move on and meet somebody new. No, absolutely not. Still being emotionally attached to your ex doesn't just show itself through feelings of love. Anger and resentment all show that that connection is still there, just in another form. You can still feel those wounds years later, but if the emotional attachment's gone, you won't feel any of those strong emotions of love or anger. So be honest with yourself here. You need to make peace with the breakup first before you allow anybody new to come in. Number 4, chemistry is not the same as compatibility. You see, after heartbreak, the first time you feel that spark again, it's addictive. It feels like your life is coming back, like finally someone who sees you again. But just because you feel butterflies doesn't mean they're the right person for you. In fact, especially after a breakup, your nervous system might be drawn to intensity, not stability. That's because your body's used to the highs and lows of your last relationship. So anything calm might feel boring, anything chaotic might feel familiar. You see, chemistry can be misleading, especially when you're still healing. So go slow, pay attention to not just how they make you feel, but how you show up when you're around them. Do you feel safe? Do you feel like you can be fully yourself? Or are you already starting to mould yourself just to keep them interested? Compatibility is about shared values, shared pace, and shared emotional availability. The spark means nothing if it keeps burning you. And number 5, you don't need to be 100% healed before you date again, but you do need to be honest. Now this one's important, right? Some people say, don't date until you've completely healed. And while that is a good idea, and it's something I actually encourage all of my clients to do, it's not always realistic. Sometimes someone comes into your life even when you wasn't looking. So you may well have decided to take a few months to yourself to really heal from the breakup. But somebody comes along and they catch your attention, and that's all right. You can still be healing and find love. Of course you can. You can still be learning and be open to connection. But the key is honesty. Honesty with yourself and honesty with the person that you're dating. If you're still grieving, say so. If you're not looking for something serious yet, say so. Dating with transparency is a sign of emotional maturity. It means you're not just using someone else to fix your pain. You're inviting them into the process. That's real, that's healthy, and that's human. And if you do meet someone during this process and you're open and honest, it could lead to something great. Or they may walk away and leave you to your healing. But either way, what it means is meeting someone doesn't then interfere with your healing journey, because it's so important that you complete that journey. So to wrap this up, before you date again, ask yourself, am I dating just to escape loneliness? Am I still repeating old patterns? Am I emotionally free from my ex? Am I chasing chemistry or choosing compatibility? And am I pretending to be fine or being honest with where I am? Because dating after heartbreak doesn't have to be a mess. It can be a mirror, a reset, and a really good way to grow. But only if you're willing to look at your heart first before you hand it to somebody else. But my best advice, one that I always say to all my clients, if you're still healing from your ex, forget dating for now. Choose you before choosing anyone else. And if this video helped, don't forget to hit a like and subscribe. I release videos every single week, all around breakups and building your self-esteem. But for now, nice one for watching, and I'll see you in the next. Laters.